Hello everyone, this is Paul from SpanishWithPaul.com, and in this lesson I'm going to show you the best way to learn and master Spanish verbs. This is a way where you'll never forget them because we learn them very deeply to the point where they become automatic. And when that happens, it instantly makes your Spanish faster. This is the same method that we use in my main course, Spanish with Paul. If becoming fluent in conversational Spanish is one of your goals for this year, then consider clicking the link above to download my free course books that go along with all of my YouTube lessons. You can also subscribe to my channel to get a brand new Spanish lesson from me every single Monday. So with that out of the way, let's get started. The verb we'll use as an example to demonstrate this technique is saber, which means to know. Now, saber is the full verb, also known as the infinitive. So if we go back and we get rid of this R, we get a sound of sabe, sabe. And this means he knows, she knows, or it knows. So all three angles represented with sabe. Let's work with it now. What's the word for how in Spanish? Como. How would you say he knows how? Sabe como. What's the verb to do? Hacer. How would you say to do it? Hacerlo. Let's put it together. How would you say he knows how to do it? Sabe cómo hacerlo. What's the word for now? Ahora. How would you say now he knows how to do it? Ahora sabe cómo hacerlo. The word correctly in Spanish is correctamente. If you can roll your R here, you'll get a more authentic pronunciation, just like a native speaker, correctamente. How would you say he knows how to do it correctly? Sabe cómo hacerlo correctamente. What about now he knows how to do it correctly? Ahora sabe cómo hacerlo correctamente. What's the word for already? Ya. If we want to say he already knows how to do it, the word already gets placed up front in natural sounding Spanish. So how would you say that? He already knows how to do it. Ya sabe cómo hacerlo. If we wanted to say she knows how to get there, we immediately have a problem with the word get, and this is something that we covered in the last lesson. So we need to find a substitute for get. What you can say instead is, she knows how to arrive there. Now, first of all, what's the verb to arrive? Llegar. And what's the word for there? Allí. So how would we say, she knows how to get there? Sabe cómo llegar allí. How would you say she already knows how to get there? Ya sabe cómo llegar allí. How would you say she doesn't know how to get there? No sabe cómo llegar allí. The verb to prepare in Spanish is preparar. We have to be careful with the syllables here. Let's count them. We have preparar. Preparar. This means to prepare. How would you say he knows how to prepare a margarita? Sabe cómo preparar una margarita. Another drink we might prepare is sangria, where you have wine and fruit popular in Spain. How would you say she knows how to prepare sangria? Sabe cómo preparar sangria. What about she doesn't know how to prepare sangria? No sabe cómo preparar sangria. It's important to remember that sabe also stands for it knows. So we can use this for inanimate objects. For example, the machine knows when it's ready. First of all, the word the machine in Spanish is la máquina. La máquina. And the word for when, most of you know this already, is cuando. Cuando. Then we have it's ready, which would be está listo. Está listo. So let's run through that vocabulary again. How do you say the machine? La máquina. When? Cuando? It's ready. Está listo. Let's try and put it together. The machine knows when it's ready. La máquina sabe cuando está listo. The word for the computer, at least in Latin America, is la computadora. In Spain, they have a different name, but here where I live is la computadora. How would you say the computer knows how to do it? La computadora sabe cómo hacerlo. If we take the word sabe and we tag on an S, the sound we get is sabes. Sabes. And this means you know. How would you say you know how to do it? Sabes cómo hacerlo. If you wanted to ask that as a question, meaning, do you know how to do it? You simply repeat the sentence, the same thing, but you use the intonation of your voice to imply that now you're no longer saying it as a statement, but asking it as a question. So you would get, ¿Sabes cómo hacerlo? Now you try it. As a statement, how would you say, you know how to do it? ¿Sabes cómo hacerlo? Now ask it as a question. Do you know how to do it? ¿Sabes cómo hacerlo? How would you say, you know how to prepare a margarita? ¿Sabes cómo preparar una margarita? Let's ask this as a question now. Do you know how to prepare a margarita? ¿Sabes cómo preparar una margarita? Try this one. You know how to get there. Sabes cómo llegar allí. Now, let's ask the question. Do you know how to arrive there? ¿Sabes cómo llegar allí? What was the word for correctly? Correctamente. Now try to say, you already know how to do it correctly. Just think it out. Ya sabes cómo hacerlo correctamente. Once again, what is he, she, or it knows? Sabe. And what is you know? Sabes. If we go back to he, she, and it, which is sabe, but this time we add on an N, the sound that we get is saben, saben. This means they know. To say where it is in Spanish would be ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde is where and está is it? ¿Dónde está? How would you say they know where it is? Saben dónde está. They don't know where it is. No saben dónde está. The verb to fix or to repair in Spanish is reparar. Reparar. You can see it's very similar to the English repair. Reparar. If we wanted to say to fix it, just as before, we would tag lo onto the end of the verb. And the sound you get then is repararlo. Repararlo. There's quite a number of syllables there. So we have re, pa, rar, lo. Repararlo. How would you say they know how to fix it? Saben cómo repararlo. They don't know how to fix it. No saben cómo repararlo. To express to my house would be a mi casa. A mi casa. How would you say they know how to get to my house? Saben cómo llegar a mi casa. They know how to prepare a margarita. Saben cómo preparar una margarita. They don't know how to do it correctly. No saben cómo hacerlo correctamente. What is he, she, or it knows? Sabe. You know. Sabes. They know. Saben. Returning back to our base once more of sabe, this time what we're going to do is add mos, that sound onto the end of it. So the result you get is sabemos. Sabemos. It's a very nice sounding word, sabemos. This means we know. How would you say we know how to do it? Sabemos cómo hacerlo. We don't know how to do it. No sabemos cómo hacerlo. How do you say where it is? ¿Dónde está? Now try we know where it is. Sabemos dónde está. How would you say, thank you, now we know where it is? Gracias, ahora sabemos dónde está. Try this one. We know how to get there. How would you say that? Sabemos cómo llegar allí. What's the verb to repair or to fix? Reparar. And how would you say to fix it? Repararlo. Now try, we don't know how to fix it. No sabemos cómo repararlo. What's the word for already? Ya. How would you say, we already know where it is? Ya sabemos dónde está. We already know how to do it. Ya sabemos cómo hacerlo. Let's run through what we have. What is he, she, or it knows? Sabe. You know. Sabes. They know. Saben. We know. Sabemos. The only angle we're missing is I know. And this is something we already know because we've been using it a lot in our mini course series. How do you say I know in Spanish? Sé. Slightly irregular, the verb saber, having sé for I. Let's run through the full thing now. We have sé for I know, which is irregular. But then the rest falls very neatly into line, like a regular verb. So we start off with sabe as our base for he, she, it knows, sabe. Then adding an S, we get sabes for you know. Or if we added an N, we get saben for they know. Then if we added our mos sound, we get sabemos for we know. So you can see that sabe is really the base, and we're just adding or tagging on these endings to get all the other angles. So sabe, sabes, saben, sabemos. The only irregularity is this se for I know. Let's finish off by mixing and matching them up together. How would you say, she knows how to get there? Sabe cómo llegar allí. We know how to do it. Sabemos cómo hacerlo. I don't know where it is. No sé dónde está. They know how to prepare sangría. Saben cómo preparar sangría. He doesn't know how to do it. No sabe cómo hacerlo. I know how to fix it. Sé cómo repararlo. We already know where it is. Ya sabemos dónde está. They don't know how to prepare a margarita. No saben cómo preparar una margarita. One more. I know when it's ready. Sé cuándo está listo. Hopefully, what this video has demonstrated to you is that the best method for learning and mastering verbs is not to run through boring conjugations where you're simply trying to memorize by rote repetition. Instead, it's a far more powerful technique to actually get into and use the verbs in example sentences, mixing and matching them up, because that way you give them context. And when you do that, the verbs internalize, they become automatic. And when that happens, your Spanish immediately speeds up because you have less thinking to do. There's less trying to remember. If you're serious about learning Spanish and want to become conversationally fluent, my main course, Spanish with Paul, is live and available for you now. Inside you'll get my complete course, none of which is available on YouTube, and also my personal attention to make sure you achieve conversational fluency in the fastest time possible. In short, if you like my free lessons on YouTube and the results they're giving you, then you'll love what I have for you inside the main course. You can click the link on the screen now to find out all the details. So with that said, I look forward to seeing you again in my next video.